Hi, so I've decided to vlog my colonoscopy for someone who has been on YouTube for this is my 4th year. I do not like vlogging. Vlogging doesn't come naturally to me. I get on and teach about some specific things, but vlogging about my life is different. So yeah, this ought to be interesting. I've been having some symptoms which made the doctor recommend a colonoscopy and endoscopy. And for those who do not know what a colonoscopy is, it's basically a procedure where they give you a prep to clear out your colon or your entire gut. Basically, it's a laxative and it makes you poo everything to clear everything out so that later, when you are put under, they'll insert a camera in your anus and view your rectum, your sigmoid colon, your descending colon, your transverse colon, your ascending colon, and the end of your colon, which I guess is the cecum. So they just look in there for whatever could be causing the symptoms you're having. So that's the screening I'm supposed to do, and I'm supposed to get an endoscopy as well, which is the same thing, but they're checking your esophagus, stomach, and the beginning of your small intestine. That's the thing. So of course, when the doctor first told me about it, I was like, God, I ain't doing that. Someone is gonna be looking where? Oh no. I don't know why I felt awkward or kind of ashamed in a sense. I've had months to process, like months to process, but I don't know why it was so uncomfortable. And I finally understood, kind of, and later when some symptoms came up and it's like, oh yeah, so how this is checked, someone is gonna put on a glove and put their finger in your anus to check for this and this, and I'm like, what? No. So I know you might need to do this at some point, or maybe it's the men when your prostate blood test suggests that you need to get a physical examination, but I think maybe it's because we are brought up to kind of, when growing up, part of growing up is taking care of your own bits. You wipe yourself, you dress yourself. No one is really interacting with these parts of you, so you kind of feel awkward. It becomes awkward to think of somebody looking in there, checking in there, putting things in there. But I think part of growing older, I guess, is you do need help taking care of certain areas. So that's your reproductive areas, your gastro areas, the gut areas. You basically need help taking care of every part of your body. So get it done. But I initially had that fear. And a second fear I had was, what if, we spend money and there's nothing? Sorry. And I felt like that would be a waste of money if nothing is found. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what if they do find something? Am I equipped to deal with that? So there was this, I think, a lot of maybe anxiety, and just having those kinds of conversation with God, where God was like, you're not a waste of money. If nothing is found, that's a good thing. And if something is found, I'll be there. I'll be there either way. So many months later, the provision came for the particular things, and everything aligned so quickly. I called the hospital and accidentally got booked, and nobody accepted picking the call. I accidentally got booked for an appointment the next day. They told me, oh, there's only one slot and it's tomorrow. Please come if you can. And when I go there, they're like, there's actually no space. Who did you speak to? I'm like, what do you mean? and they could see on their phone that I had called, and nobody accepted to be the ones who spoke to me. But anyway, I ended up being slotted in, and the doctor saw me and she's like, hey, so we need to do this as soon as possible. Come in. When was that? On Wednesday. I went on a Wednesday and they're like, come in on Saturday. I'm like, what do you mean come in on Saturday? And just because of all these delays, in the time that they were trying to sort out who can see me, how can I be seen, the place is full, somebody called and cancelled their Saturday appointment. So I ended up being put where the person had cancelled. So if I had been seen at the other set appointment time, there would have been no space for me. And they're pretty busy. So it kind of just aligned. And I was like, wait, God has suddenly moved so quickly. And a part of me wanted to kind of freak out about that and be like, okay, like, are you moving so quickly, so suddenly? But today morning, I woke up and I was like, Lord, I have 3 jobs here. 1 is to do the prep the best way I can. 2 is to trust you no matter what happens, and entrust myself to you, which was number 3, similar to number 2. So I felt pretty confident and pretty good about that. Now to the prep stuff. I did a lot of research. I've had time to process. And what is helpful, I will do different updates depending on the different times I shoot this, film this. You'll see very different backgrounds, but that's fine. And I'm not really looking for aesthetics, which I guess is kind of similar to you. If you ever get to do this, you're not going to be thinking about how you look, I think. So I read on the internet that it's very useful to eat a low fiber, low residue diet. And if you can, do liquids only. So I was like, yes, I can do this, right? So Wednesday, other than brown bread, which I ate in the morning, I think that's a high residue food, I had low residue for the rest of the day, just like tea, chapati, just basically low residue things. And then today on Thursday, I was like, I can try this liquid thing, because the less you have in you, the less comes out, which makes it more pleasant, I guess. And everyone on all the, I was on Reddit, Quora, vlogs, I've been around the internet. So I decided to try that, and oh my God, at some point I thought I was not gonna make it. I was like, God, I'm not gonna make it. Oh no. I was nauseous. I had a very bad headache. I could barely move around. And then my stomach started rebelling, and everything I would take water. I tried making mint, boiling some mint leaves. I tried bone broth. Then I eventually gave in and tried to eat a banana, which is still on the low residue. Anything that entered my mouth gave me such bad nausea. I thought I was gonna puke everything. And yes, I'm still the same person who did the 40-day fast vlogs, and I did do the 40-day fast, but like I told you guys there, this is not by power or might. That was purely by the Spirit. This is how I get when I do not eat. So if you're anything like me, don't do the liquid thing. Just spare yourself the despair and have low residue foods, which is like boiled rice, boiled potatoes, boiled white rice, boiled potatoes. You can have don't have dairy. You can have white bread. You can have boiled eggs. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a lot. You can have bone broth or soup, but don't have anything with seeds, nuts, skin on, any hard meats, anything with high fiber, so no brown stuff. Beans, lentils, all those things are high in fiber. Don't do that. Yeah, so that's where I've reached. I ate a banana, and I'm gonna have some potatoes now. I should start my prep tomorrow at around lunchtime, so I'll tell you the tips I have done for that. But what I would tell you spare yourself the trouble, especially if you struggle to stay hungry. It's not really worth it because you're going to be really, really hungry and weak, and your stomach would be doing a lot of shenanigans. And by the time you start the prep, you're actually starting it weak, and because it's supposed to evacuate your bowels, you're gonna get weaker at the end of that process. So if you're like me, spare yourself the trouble. See you guys tomorrow and the day after, and I think I'll just put the results as well in this vlog because I don't want to do too many. So yeah, see you. Good morning. So it's Friday. I ended up taking boiled mashed potatoes for dinner. No fat or anything. It is low residue, so you don't have to restrict yourself to that. Then today morning, because I couldn't have dairy and I usually have tea, I took apple juice instead. I haven't had juice in a couple of years, so well, it's fine. I'm not hungry, so that's a good thing. But my tummy has been rumbling already. I was to start my prep at 1 p.m. today in order to be done by midnight. So I'm supposed to take 4 Dulcolax tablets, and then 3 hours later, I am to take the first Peckle mix, which I'll come mix after my shower with you guys. So I have decided to give myself a bit like 1 hour 15 minutes extra, 1 hour 45 minutes extra, in case I'm unable to finish drinking the preps, the liquids, in the time they say, which is 1 hour. I will not end up overrunning midnight because I was told to strictly not take anything after midnight. So I'll swallow the 4 tablets now at around 11:15 a.m. I got them, in case you're wondering, they're pretty tiny and they're coated, so they shouldn't be hard going down. I was given 4, so follow your specific prep instructions. Is just showing my prep and how it will go after this. So I'm taking the 4 now. I just put them in my mouth at once since they're so small. I will finish this cup of water. I asked the pharmacist how they work, and he was so kind to explain. He told me basically the work of the tablets is to make sure water is held in your colon, and then so your stool is softer, and then they stimulate your bowel movements. So basically they are laxatives. So I will take loads of water to aid that process, but I've also taken a lot of apple juice because he said once I start taking the liquid prep, I should probably just stick to water if I want it like super clean. He told me to avoid the juice and the sodas and everything they tell you that you can drink unless you get very hungry. So the remaining apple juice is a backup plan, but this is the main plan. So see you after my shower and we'll mix the prep together. It is now 1:10, so 1 hour 55 minutes since the last update. Nothing interesting has happened except I am gassy and hungry, and I have a headache, probably because I'm hungry. Everyone on the internet said it was a good idea to mix the thing beforehand and then put it in the freezer before taking it, or because it tastes bad. So that's what I'm going to do now. So this is the prep I was given, the famous peg leg. It tastes really bad, so that's what I hear, and I am not going to assume that I am the exception of all the millions of people who have gone ahead of me, and that I'll be the first person to find this to be tasty. So what I will do, I will mix it and then freeze it ahead of time and take it when it's ice cold with a straw, since that's what most of the advice said. So I'll just show you guys as I mix this. I will put on a mask because I definitely expect it to remove some snow. It smells a bit citrusy, which I guess is the orange flavor. This is how it looks inside. So I'll pour it in here. There we go. And I'm to mix mine in 1 liter of water. So I already measured that out ahead of time. This is 500 ml and this is also 500 ml. So I'll put and stir. I know it's 1:15. I'm supposed to start mine because I had given myself an extra 1 hour 45. Ideally, I should start drinking this at around 2:15. So I'll mix it up, then show you how it looks a bit later. That took a good 6 minutes to stir. This is the consistency. It's a little bit thick, but generally fine. This is 1 liter for me, so I will put this in the freezer and see when it's time to drink. I think I'll just put I'll divide it in two, take only 500 ml out of the freezer, leave the other half in there, then drink the rest later. I ideally, by the book, should take an hour to finish this. I do not know how my body will respond to it, but I'll let you guys know how I have prepared in advance. If you do not have like a bidet, you can use an old bottle, just a regular water bottle. I pierced it at the top because apparently wiping a lot, you can start to get a little raw back there. So you can either use baby wipes, and for you to get a little bit extra cleaning, just do that. I tested it, it works great, don't mind the mess. So you can use that in the loo and then clean with baby wipes instead of tissue to avoid having a raw bum. So see you in around an hour when hopefully this has chilled. It is 2:30. I've procrastinated enough. For some reason, I feel really nervous and afraid. But anyway, let's see how it goes. How else you can prepare for this? After your shower, you can put some Vaseline on your bum, the anal region, or diaper cream. If you have hemorrhoids, you can use a hemorrhoid cream as well. Make sure you have a super clean toilet so that you don't have to worry about that. If you don't have wipes, have enough tissue. But I suggest you have wipes, do the bottle thing. Yes, I got hungry and took some apple juice. I'm almost out of apple juice. I was getting a headache, and because you can't take painkillers the day before, I decided to just go with the apple juice. What else? Oh dear. Yes, I don't usually take cold things, and I had taken apple juice, so I've taken a very potent, warm, salty water gargle so that I don't end up with a sore throat or anything funny because of the sugar from the apple juice and then taking very cold beverage. So see you shortly when I've put it in my glass. I have a straw because of the braces, and also I do not want the thing in my entire mouth. Just needs to go down the throat. That's it. I'll do 500 ml hopefully within 30 minutes, and then the rest within the other 30 minutes, and then I'll tell you guys what happens. But so far nothing has happened. I'm still gassy and hungry. Yeah, it's pretty chilled. The verse in my mind right now is Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So let's do this. That is exactly 500 mls. Let me taste it. All right, let's see if it's as bad as it's wrapped up to be. I'm so nervous. Oh no. Oh God. It tastes like sugar. Weirdly, it has a sugary taste, but then there's also something in there that's salty and makes the tongue taste funny, but I think I can do it. It's definitely not hitting all the spots in my mouth, so go with a straw. But the back of my tongue tasted some sugar, salty thing. See you at the end of this 500 mls, which should be in 30 minutes. Then I'll start on the other one, ideally. So I think this is 235 there. So see how this goes. By the way, this delay is why I was giving myself the extra time. Oh yeah, and one last thing, if you're wondering if you can do, if your prep is in the morning, if your procedure is in the morning, rather, like mine is at 7:30 in the morning, and you're wondering whether you should take the day off, this is 2:35. I've been able to do most of my tasks, but I would advise you to take a day off or work from home, because you do not know how your body will respond to the tablets, and then there's the lack of energy that hits you. So probably work from home, but definitely in the afternoon when the toilet beckons, you need to be home. So just take the day off or the afternoon off. If your procedure is in the afternoon and your prep starts in the evening, you can go to work if you do not have a day off. Yeah. Second sip, Rehema. It's definitely unpleasant. Make sure yours is super cold. The warmer it gets, the worse it is. Let's see how long it takes. I started at 2:37, so we'll see how long the first half of it takes. But don't take it in gulps. You might... Oh, I forgot to take the anti-vomiting thing I should have taken before. Good thing I did this. I completely forgot. But yes, if you take it too fast, you can't vomit. I was given medicine to curb that, and it's a good thing I started recording. Emitino. I'm supposed to take one just before doing the prep so that I don't vomit it. Don't forget yours. The Emitino was sugary like a dewormer, which makes me wonder if I was supposed to chew it, but I wasn't told to chew it, but it's quite sugary. Hey, so it pretty much kicked in 32 minutes into drinking the thing. It's almost an hour now, and I've just taken around 200 mls. I was to take 1 liter in 1 hour, have a 1 hour break, and then take 2 liters of water for 2 hours. So finishing the solution will, I think, carry over into my break. I hope I finish it. I'll update you guys after. It's taken me 1 hour 35 minutes to finish half a liter. Let me see how long it will take to finish the rest. The only downside of a straw is you swallow more air. So the challenge I'm having is I'm satiated. There's no space for the water to go. So even when I try to drink, I feel like I'll throw it up. But it definitely doesn't taste as gross with the straw and when it's cold. So there's a downside. I would like to lament at the increase in volume after it became ice. It's now 650 mLs. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. But be warned. Let's see how fast I can finish this sludgy mixture. It's been 2 hours. I now have 500 mLs left. I would not advise you to warm it up, to cool it that long. It's really cold and it's too cold to drink or too cold to swallow. I've been to the loo 3 times and I'm already pale yellow. There's no residue, so still have to finish this, and then I have second batch and 4 liters of water to drink. So let's continue. Finally finished. 3 hours 40 minutes to do 1 hour of prep. The thing that makes it really difficult to finish is the stomach feels full, and then I kept feeling that if I took more I would puke it. So I finished it with around 600 or 700 mLs of water, and since it's currently 6:15, if I am to finish by midnight, I'll just give myself 4 hours to finish the second round. I would still put it in the fridge. This got cool and it tastes really gross at room temperature. But then also, because I don't take cold beverages, my stomach doesn't seem to be holding up well. So I'll look for hot water between now and 8 p.m. And then I'll give myself 4 hours to finish the next prep and the 2 liters of water required for that prep. So I'll update you guys then. But toilet wise, I am not solid anymore. I am between, it's more of a dark orange. It's not unpleasant. It's kind of like weeing out of your bum. So the solids pretty much ended after well, maybe I had one solid. The second one was semi-solid. After that, I've gone like maybe 4 or 5 times and it's just purely like weeing. So you might consider doing the low residue diet. It makes it much easier on the bum because there aren't much solids. So I'm happy about that part. I'm not struggling in the loo. This is what I'm struggling with, this. See you at 8 p.m. So it's 10:39. I managed to start drinking the second round of prep at 9:10. After the other round, I was so nauseous. There's really nothing I could do. So I did drink water till around 1.8 liters of water. I was supposed to take 2. Then when I was mixing my second prep, I accidentally added in an extra 150 mLs. Yeah. So it reached 9 p.m. The second round of prep, I saw that like the straw was too slow, so I decided to chug it. I did around 180 mLs every 10 minutes for 1 hour, and after 5 rounds, almost like I did between 180 to 200 mLs every 10 minutes, and it got significantly harder. By the last one, I took around 210 milliliters, and I just couldn't sit, I couldn't do anything. I had to pace to not vomit that thing. I even brushed my teeth when I could finally sit, which is now. I finished it around 10:15. Now is when I've been able to sit. And the difference between the first time and now, when you take it as they recommend for like finish it within an hour, I have really intense cramps, which make me feel like I'll puke, but my tummy is just rumbling. So I don't know how that will go. I reached the fifth one and I had like 160 mLs left. Couldn't do it. I was like, you know what? I've already taken the recommended liter. I'm not doing this. And I can tell you right now, I regret nothing. I have no regrets. I'm proud of myself for this far I have come. I still have to take or to try and do 2 liters before midnight, and then I'm guessing after that I'd pretty much be doing toilet runs into the morning, because I haven't gone just taking the solution alone. I think it needs the 2 liters of water they recommend to take after. So I fully expect to do toilet runs. My pee has moved from that color of, it is like a dark, like very dark pea. It's now bright yellow. It should go to pale yellow to clear. It should look like a very pale colored urine. So I guess we were out of solids in the first 2 rounds, and that's okay. So yeah, if you turn yellow, just keep going. It's been yellow since, just waiting for it to be a pale yellow, praying for it to be pale yellow. But for now, I am super grateful. I was like, thank you, Lord. Before every chug, I was like, Lord, you have to help me keep this down. They stayed down with difficulty. I went through all stages of grief in that hour. I was like, why am I doing this? Do I have to finish this? Why? I wanted to give up so bad, but I just kept going. So you might feel that way in the middle of your prep. Keep going. If you feel like throwing up, walking helps. Don't sit. I think when you're seated, I don't know why it makes it worse. I paced around for a whole hour and 20 minutes, no sitting. Using the spray, the bottle, and then just tapping dry with tissue. I ended up not using wipes, the cleaning with a water bottle and patting dry, and then using the petroleum jelly has really come in handy. So make sure you do that. I don't know if I'll have the energy to do an update at midnight when I finish the water. If not, see you in the morning before the procedure, then after the procedure, and then when the results come in, however long. If there's anything that is biopsied, then the results would have to come. I really, really hope I'm told I'm good and I don't have to do this again for 10 years or something. That's what I'm hoping for, because I cannot imagine doing this again in a short period of time. Oh my goodness, that thing is vile. It gets worse with every sip, but you can do it. Just be prepared. It's nasty for sure. Was it better with a straw or without? I don't regret the method I took. I think if I had done the chugging in the first round, I might not have made it this second round. So I'm happy with my methods. I'm happy for taking an extra hour and 45 minutes. So yeah, starting earlier really helped me as well. And I'm very grateful to the Lord for all the help I have gotten today, all the heavenly help. It's been hard. See you later, whenever later will be. It is 1:16. I threw in the beverage towel at 12:56. I managed to do around 1.4 liters, and this far the Lord has brought me. I am happy. I'm good. See you later. Let me try and, well, basically I'll just be lying on the bed. I know I'll wake up to use the loo a couple of times. So far, I have gone closer to 30 than 25. I wasn't counting, but it's been a lot. So, see you. Good morning. It is the next day at around 5:45. The Lord smiled on me. I did not wake up once at night. And whatever I've managed to kind of force out, because I still don't feel like going, is a nice pale yellow. So, yay! Yeah, see you later. Oh yes, and I have a very, 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 very bad headache. Is that ready to go? I have some chocolates for after, and I also have my socks with me. Hope I'll tell you if they allow me to wear them. But I can't believe I slept through the night. That's the highlight of this whole thing. Absolute delight. I'm super happy. And that's the first thing I thought of. I woke up, I was like, oh, God, I slept through the night. Oh. Right, let's go. Yes, I still have a headache though, but let's go. Oh yeah, two other of the chocolates are for me, the other two are for my mom. For this procedure, you need someone to take you to hospital and bring you out because they'll sedate you or give you anesthesia. I'll tell you which of the two happens to me, but I believe I will be knocked out for the first time. I'll tell you how that goes, but celebratory chocolates, two for me, two for mom. Another tip before we leave the house, I'm pretty dry, but if you're still running and you feel like you might have an accident on the way to the hospital, you might want to carry something for that. I don't know what something for that would be, but you might want to carry something for that. I will have something for after, just in case. I don't know whether to go with tissue. I'll tell you what I think of. Still pre-procedure, what I would do differently, you see how I was told not to only take water with a prep. I could barely keep anything in my mouth that tasted like water. So maybe you can confirm with your own doctor if you can take clear liquids like apple juice or something. I was told to avoid the fizzy stuff like soda, which I don't drink anyway. But if you can take something like apple juice, probably your palate would tolerate that better than water. It will make it much easier because the whole point of the prep is to get as much clear liquid in you so that you can flush your gut better. So I would definitely opt for a sweeter drink if allowed. And also find out if you can have painkillers. I was told not to have painkillers. That's why I am stuck with a headache until after, and then after I eat. So maybe find out if you can have some pain meds in case you get stomach cramps or a headache like mine, which we shall discover after I eat, if it's a hunger headache or I just have a headache. Yeah. If you're wondering if you can do this on your period, I guess that's easier logistics for tampon users or period cup users. If you prefer pads or period underwear, you might want to ask. Yeah. Also, am I nervous about the procedure? No. I told you in the beginning of the vlog, I had one job on my end, and that was to do the best prep I could. Everything else from beyond here is in God's hands. Being nervous or not doesn't change the outcome. And I just prayed about it for me not to react to the anesthesia, for if there's anything to be found, for it to be found, for there to be no perforations or any complications. So it's in the Lord's hands. It was always in the Lord's hands. It still is. I have done my part, so I'm not nervous. If you are feeling nervous, it's okay. But no need to be. Just can say a prayer, or I don't know what will calm you down, but don't be afraid. Don't be nervous. God will be with you. You'll be good. Trust your doctors, or at least trust your doctors with God. So yeah, you'll be fine. Say a prayer if you're anxious or nervous or afraid or anything in that spectrum. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, with prayer and thanksgiving, make your requests known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and mind in Christ Jesus. My tummy started rumbling on my way to the appointment, but I found a loo. We've reached. Yeah. I'm home again. I chose to use some cloths. Let me show you. It's just a cloth like this, not this particular one, but this is a sock. But I used some cotton cloths just in case there was an oopsie. I did not have an oopsie on the way home or on the way there. My sphincters did well under pressure. I lost my hair tie, among other things. So yeah, I'm a bit tired. I got the hospital, they put an IV in, and I got knocked out. The next thing, I woke up in a different room. I just remember them telling me to put my right knee over, over my leg, and that's it. I woke up in a different room, and I asked the lady, like, how did I get here? She's like, oh yeah, you walked. Like, what? Yeah, so apparently I walked, but assisted. I don't recall. I remember bits and pieces, mostly incoherent things, and they're very vague in my memory. But yeah, so I woke up in a different room. When I got up, I was a bit woozy. I couldn't walk straight. I could barely stand, but I wasn't dizzy. My body just wasn't having it. I didn't wake up with a sore throat or any pain. She did take biopsies, so those will come out in 2 weeks. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But oh yes, and my tummy is still rumbling. I did have some tea, some much needed, much welcome tea. I love tea. I'll try eat something and just take it easy. Even texting is difficult. Like, my brain is fine, but the body does not cooperate. And yeah, I don't remember much of what the doctor said. You definitely need somebody there. Update. They definitely took some samples because I tried to eat and it's painful in specific places when I swallow, and I did not have that pain before. So I had been told that I might feel pain after the biopsy, but I don't know how long it will last. I'll keep you updated. Yes, and this definitely hurts more than the one they usually do at the elbow. Yeah, but other than that, I'm recovering well. I'm not sleepy, probably because I had tea. But my body definitely feels different. But I would advise you to take the day easy or take the day off. Yeah. Oh yes, and I've just remembered the doctor commended me for the bowel prep and said I had very good prep. It was clean, visible, No particles were found. Everything was super clear. So the low residue works, and going yellow is a good thing. I don't think it turned light yellow. I think it was just little. That time in the morning where I said it's lighter, because when I went to hospital, it was back to yellow. But yellow without, like, if it looks like dark urine, you're good. Not orange, just like yellow. You're good. Just keep going. Do your best. You've seen the mishaps I had. I didn't finish all the water. I really struggled with the prep. Just do your best and do the low fiber diet before, and take lots of water before you do the prep, because after you start the prep it might be difficult, but it worked on my side. So yay. A few hours later, also, you're going to be playing a game I have called Guess the State of Matter. But let me spare you the guesswork. It's probably gas. But some advice, don't trust the fat. But it's probably gas, but don't trust it. In your sedated confusion, if the doctor asks you, do you feel pain anywhere after they have taken biopsies? Do not say no. Instead, say, what would you give me in case I feel pain later on? You will feel pain later on. And if you said no like me, you will be unable to eat later on. So just accept the medicine, because not all painkillers are safe. When they've taken biopsies, some can corrode your stomach and other things. Yeah. Oh yeah, one last thing about prep. I'll be really random with these because I'm remembering them in bits. I know you'll tell yourself, I'll watch this series to keep myself company. And you pick out something to watch. You're not gonna watch it. You'll sit down, hit play, pause, run to the loo. Come back before you sit down, off to the loo. You're going to spend a lot of time on the loo. So I highly suggest you charge your phone. Or if you like puzzles or books, you can go with those as your form of entertainment. You're not gonna watch anything. I hope you enjoyed my post-sedation rambling as much as I did. That was fun. That was funny, seeing myself coherent but still out of it. The tips are working, and I know I'm saying a lot, but yes, the results came out a couple ago, and they did confirm something that we kind of knew was there, that I would have to manage for, I would say, the rest of my life. I don't know that that particular thing can go away, but we kind of knew it was there. It was just now I have pictures of them, and they also found a ton of inflammation in different parts of my abdomen, rather gut. It wasn't just a stomach. So I will be making some lifestyle changes with regards to that. I was given a clear to only go when there's an issue. So there's no repeat test needed for me in a while. And yes, I am grateful. And it was a bit nerve-wracking to wait, but I just told myself, whether I'm nervous or not, it doesn't change the result. If something was there or is found, it's just that it's being found now. It was always there. So I think that helped me keep calm, together with just telling God, like, I'm putting this at the back of my mind. Help me also just get whatever result it is, like, prepare me for the result. And I know you'll provide for whatever is needed afterward, but like kind of cushion me or give me some, I don't know, some shock absorbers or some anesthesia so that the result isn't so like such a hit. So that's what I prayed in the time as I waited for them, because it took 2 weeks, and then I had the appointment. Yeah, I was a bit cheeky with some of the, I don't know if I should say that on the internet, that I was a bit cheeky. They part of what they did find some colitis, but they didn't find any infection for it. And I had taken some antibiotics before, and they were like, this could be infective. So I asked, like, must I take the antibiotic? Because I don't really like taking antibiotics a lot. And I had just taken antibiotics like 3 weeks before I got sick. So in my tummy. So there were antibiotics for the tummy. And I asked, like, must I take this? So you can advocate for yourself. You can ask questions. The doctor said, okay, since you seem to have a concern for this, which is legit, because you're not supposed to have so many rounds of antibiotics, one after the other, the doctor did say, okay, we'll give you the prescription. And if you still have symptoms after a certain amount of time, observe yourself. If this happens, take it. But if it doesn't happen, you can skip it, because we actually didn't find the bacteria. We were just being careful. And so I found out it was okay to skip on it before deciding to. So yeah, but feel free to ask your doctor's questions. And if you are nervous, let me put on my glasses for this part. If you are feeling a little bit nervous, I have this scripture for you, Isaiah 46 from verse 3. It says, listen to me, you descendants of Jacob, you whom I have upheld since your birth, and have carried since you were born. Even to your old age and gray hairs, I am he who will sustain you. I have made you and I will carry you. I will sustain you and I will rescue you. So you are not alone in this. No matter what comes, the Lord will walk with you and sustain you through each and every thing that is to come. And remember that from Psalm 139, we have said in our morning devotionals that each and every one of your days was written before any of them came to be. So if you're wondering what morning devotionals I'm talking about, that you can scour around my channel. You wouldn't look hard. But yes, please, you're not alone. God has you. You're gonna be okay. And thank you so much for tuning in and watching and choosing to be part of my colonoscopy and endoscopy journey. I watched so many vlogs about this, and I think they calmed me, or I just felt like I knew what was coming, or, you know, some real people have gone through this. So I really hope that I have been able to encourage you, or at least prepare you in one way or the other. You can put some feedback in the comments if it's not too TMI. I know some of the things felt like there were too much information, but if you are having a procedure, that is the nature of the things. Yeah, there is no TMI when it comes to medical stuff, because these are things that do happen. You need to, you know, get stuff checked out. Let me see if I can adjust that. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, get stuff checked out. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. You can do it. So I hope I have been an encouragement to you, as other videos have been to me. And this could have been your colonoscopy checklist or endoscopy checklist. One last thing. Some people do wake up after an endoscopy with a really sore throat, or even like as a sore, if I can call it a sore, on this area. Maybe if the equipment hit you or you fought the sedation a little bit. So don't freak out if that happens to you, and don't feel like you're abnormal. It happens a lot to people having a sore throat or a dry throat or any kind of pain. So that is normal if it happens to you. Don't, just be prepared for anything, and you're with your body for better, for worse. So it's okay. It's okay if you have an oopsie. It's okay if something isn't perfect. It's okay, really. Yeah. Hi, if you watched till the end, thank you so much for sticking around. I wish you all of God's best on your health journey as you prepare for your colonoscopy and get the results and whatever comes thereafter. May God strengthen you and walk with you as you prepare for whatever journey comes thereafter. And if you decide you'd like a holiday and just relax and travel at the Kenyan coast at a place called Watamu and Diani, I know a plug for you. It's between 6th August and 13th August 2026, that is next year. So you have ample time to plan. The tour will be hosted by my friend who is a Christian, a lady. Her name is Cara. Her email address is in the description. And the activities are for 18 plus, but there won't be any funny business because she is a Christian. So you will not be exposed to anything that would make you uncomfortable. You'll have a good time. There will be a sunset dough. There will be seeing the dolphins. There'll be a hike, meals catered for. It is a bit on the higher side, but it's for people who like to have solo travel because this is a group travel. So you just book through this company she has partnered with called Tour Hero, and they take care of everything except your plane tickets and whatever insurance and health things that you need to take care of. So if you don't want to plan and know like where am I going and need transport to move from one place to another, what is there to do at Watamu, what is there to do at Diani, she's got you covered. The trip is purely planned every day, a good balance of resting and activity. So feel free to get there. If you're nervous about traveling by yourself and hanging out with like an odd bunch of people, you'll have a friendly face that you will, God willing, see on this channel soon. So the Tour Hero link is in the description. Check it out. See if it's a place you'd want to travel. See if it makes financial sense for you. Do your due diligence. And if it checks all your boxes, please feel free to book this particular trip with my friend as your tour guide or tour hero. So yeah,